Hi everybody, welcome back to the Dr. Sia channel. Today we're going to be talking about whether love is blind or not. I came up with this video when I was watching Netflix, and I saw that one of the most popular shows that people watch these days is Love Blind. There was what do you call it? Brain freeze, a reality TV show on Is Love Blind, and I thought to myself, is that what people are wondering in 2020, if love is blind? Well, then I thought, well, psychology can answer that question. So here we go. All right, so in these days of coronavirus and toilet paper mania, people are wondering, is love blind? Now, to answer that question, we have to go to psychology. And of course, psychology, as per usual, does not want to give a yes or no answer, because it depends on what you're talking about when you're talking about if love is blind. So let's take a look at it this way. What happened to my mouth there? I don't know. Let's take a look at it this way. Okay. If we mean by love is blind that physical appearance doesn't matter when we're dating somebody, when we're just meeting somebody and we don't even know them, well then, yeah, love is not blind. We do care what people look like when we first meet them. And when I say we do care, I don't mean that that's all we care about, but I mean, it's within our limits. Everyone has their boundaries, everyone has their yeah, I'll accept this, I won't accept that. So in that way, if we're talking about love being blind, meaning that we can love people or we can care about people or we can come to love them or come to care about them irrespective of what they look like, now then it becomes a little bit different. So in the dating phase, when we're first meeting people, we do care what they look like. We care about what they look like because that's going to affect our initial perceptions about whether we can perceive them as a partner, whether we can consider them as someone that we would be sexually interested in, and so on and so forth. Now here is where the cookie crumbles. Over time, what another person looks like, firstly, what another person looks like, we care about less as we start caring about them more. Right? So we call that an inverse relationship. As we care about a person more and we start loving them, perhaps, maybe even caring about them, maybe we care about somebody more, we start caring less about what they look like. Now here's another one. As we start caring about a person more, we even start thinking that a person looks better than what we did before we cared about them. In fact, we are so simple as human beings, we don't even need to start caring about a person more. If we're just exposed to a person's face more often, we start thinking that they look better than if we just see them few times. The more we see a person, the more we're exposed to a person, the more likely we are to say positive things about that person if that person is not doing really negative things. So the more you meet that person in your supermarket, the more you meet that person in the local club, the more you meet that person in the library, the more you're going to start liking them. The more they don't do negative things, they just need to sort of be a recognizable face, a familiar face, if you will, the more you're going to start liking them. Now, there's a hidden clue in there for all of us. There's hope in there for all of us, because that says, even if you're maybe not really someone else's type, if you just sort of hover around, if you just sort of hover around that person, over time, they're going to start loving you possibly more than before. And with love, I don't mean that true, genuine love. I mean, they might be more attracted to you than they were before. So if you have a friend or somebody that you think, maybe isn't really that into you, just hover around them a little bit more. And the more you hover around, your chances are going to be better if you're not doing negative things. Now, there's one more thing here when we talk about is love blind. We have to talk about like real love. Of course, to real love, yeah, real love is blind. And what I mean by that is that when you truly love somebody and you truly hold them dear in your heart, you're not going to think that they're ugly. And no parent thinks that their children who they really love are ugly, or you don't have a family member who you really love and you think to yourself that they're ugly. We just don't think that way. You know, we walk around happily with our partners and thinking that our partners are about the sexiest thing that happened on this planet Earth, and someone else couldn't even consider them. So we are blind. We all become blind when we do fall in love. So that's like a separate thing, right? That's not in the beginning. That's not the dating phase. That's not when you first meet somebody. That's when you're already in love with someone. So is love blind? No. Is love blinding? Yes. Love is blinding. Love does make us blind to all kinds of stuff. But it's really hard to get there in the beginning if a person has none of the qualities that we're looking for. So I hope that answers some of your questions. I'm in a really good mood today. I don't know, even though it might be that I might never find toilet paper ever again, because who knew that that's how we're all going to, that's the beginning of Armageddon. It starts with toilet paper. I didn't know. So if we don't see each other again, take care of yourself and your family. It's crazy out there right now. But if we do see each other again, I hope it's because you subscribed and you press that bell button and I can pop up into your phone. You're doing nothing. You're just watching TV and boom, here I am. Watch one of my videos, one of my rants about something. And I think I got a message there. Forgot to turn things on airplane mode. All right, okay. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Did I say so? I said that. Subscribe.